Today, I want to share with you the 8 things I do every morning that set me up for a great day. What's up guys, Matty B here and welcome to No Going Back. The value of a good morning routine cannot be underestimated. There are dozens of self-help books, videos, and advice that reiterate the importance of how you start your morning sets up how the rest of your day goes. And we've all heard the idioms, how you win the morning is how you win the day, and winners wake early. If the morning routine were a movie, it'd be Frozen. Sure, it can sometimes feel a little long, and you're embarrassed to admit you watch it, but afterwards you always come away feeling better. And before you think I'm a Frozen hater, I'm not. I jumped at the chance to see Frozen 2 at the cinemas when it came out, much to my girlfriend's joy. But the beauty of the morning routine is that it allows you to let it go, do the next right thing, and venture into the unknown. I promise that the Frozen references will stop now. Myself, I've always tried to have some kind of basic morning routine, something that over the years has gone through a few variations. From juicing every morning, to hitting the gym, to watching episodes of my favorite sitcom. Yeah, that was actually one of them. And it's been an evolution to say the least. However, I do believe I've finally gotten my perfect morning routine. And whilst it may still undergo changes and adaptations, I'm fairly confident the skeleton of it is well and truly set for me. It's 8 steps that can be done in under an hour or quicker depending on how much energy you have. And that is what I'd like to share with you today. Make sure you stick around to the end and I'll tell you the 2 additional things I never do that complete this morning routine. As it's not always what you add, but sometimes what you take away that makes something better. Step number 1, wake early. I am to wake as close to sunrise as possible, if not a bit before. This can range anywhere from 5 to 5:30 a.m. in the summer months to 6 to 6:30 a.m. in the winter months. I do this as this is what our bodies are biologically evolved to do, to sleep when the sun goes down and wake when the sun arises. This is how our circadian rhythms work and how I feel I function best at. I'm not suggesting you go to sleep when the sun goes down, but waking along with the sun is a great way to work with your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Step number 2, drink 1 to 2 big glasses of water. When we sleep, we become very dehydrated, and as little as 1% dehydration can negatively impact our moods. Drinking water first thing will rehydrate you, boost your energy, flush out toxins, and get things moving, if you catch my drift. Step number 3, take a ride on the Porcelain Express. This is where the big glasses of water come in handy. Again, you can thank biology for this one, but we are designed to evacuate in the mornings. It's been shown that the colon contracts and squeezes 3 times as hard in the first hour we are awake compared to when we're sleeping. Not only that, but there is nothing quite as satisfying as a full and complete bowel movement. And first thing in the morning, there are no stresses or pressures and nothing stopping you from taking your time. I have a saying that I live by. Happiness is a regular bowel movement. You find someone shitty, and I guarantee you that they haven't had a regular bowel movement since The Simpsons came to Australia.
There's nothing wrong with a bidet, is there?
Step number 4, oil pulling. Now this isn't for everyone, as the thought of swishing raw coconut oil in your mouth for 15 to 20 minutes would be enough to make some people dry reach, let alone the taste. So this is something that I would forgive you for wanting to exclude. However, this is something I do every morning and something that I find value in, and not for the purported whitening of the teeth. For me, this has a weird effect of waking me up after a few minutes of swishing, and at about the 13-minute mark, it begins to loosen up some of the mucus in the back of my throat. Such a charming creature I am. And just between the 2 of us, I haven't had a sore throat or throat infection since starting this. Step number 5, read. Reading boosts your mental capacity, your vocabulary, your knowledge, your memory, and reduces stress. There's very few highly successful people that don't attribute a key to their success as reading. There's a saying, leaders are readers, and if you're as committed as I am to becoming the best version of yourselves, then reading is a habit I'd advise you to take up. Now for those of you playing along at home, it's very easy to stack a few of these steps together to make this morning routine more efficient. For instance, while I'm sitting on the toilet, oil pulling for 15 to 20 minutes, I pick up whatever book I'm currently reading and I read a chapter or 2. Before you know it, you've read dozens of books. Step number 6, breath work. Optimal breathing is something that reduces stress, boosts your energy, and gets your brain working properly. Yet so many of us don't breathe optimally. We breathe shallowly into the top part of our lungs. Deep diaphragmatic breathing every morning is a great way to set up your body and brain to tackle the day. There are many different types of breath work you can do, For me personally, I do the Wim Hof method, but just breathing deeply into your belly will be enough to get you off on the right track. Step number 7, exercises. Our bodies were designed to move, and our sedentary lifestyles are causing us all manner of issues. So every morning, I'll make sure to do some basic exercises or movements to get the blood flowing and the body moving. Things like push-ups, pull-ups, band pull-aparts, face pulls, handstand presses, and simple things like going for a walk. It clears my head and gives me an energy boost and gets the blood flowing. Step number 8, cold exposure. I've saved one of the best and my favorite to last. Getting yourself into cold water can have incredible physical and mental benefits, from boosting human growth hormone and the immune system, to boosting fat loss and improving focus. There really is nothing like a cold shower or a plunge into a cold pool. For me, this is better than any coffee, and no matter how bad I felt before, after my cold exposure, I always feel so much better. You can even start with as little as 30 seconds cold at the end of your hot shower. The 2 additional things I never do that complete this morning routine. Well, the first bonus don't do is don't check emails, messages, or social media for the first hour of the day. This might seem innocent enough, but checking your phone or device the first hour of the day primes your brain for distraction for the rest of the day. Wait until you've completed your morning routine, then jump onto your devices. And the second bonus don't do is no stimulants like coffee for the first couple of hours of the day. First thing in the morning, our bodies are producing lots of cortisol, so consuming a substance which further raises your cortisol is a good way to become stimulant dependent and ultimately more fatigued because of the coffee. After a couple of hours, your body tapers down cortisol naturally, and then is the time for coffee if you so choose. After all of this is done, then I'll begin my day. Now this may seem a bit overwhelming altogether, so go slow and just start by adding one new step each day or each week, and play around with it. You may find there are things on this list you don't really like. After all, this is my Frankenstein's monster, and it was the result of me trying lots of other people's morning routines, finding what I liked, what worked, and what didn't. So there you have my rock solid morning routine that I use every day to set me up to win the day. But I'd love to hear from you guys. What's your morning routine, and what do you do of a morning to help you set you up to win the day? Until next time guys, I'm Matty B, and be kind to one another.